Eric, how you doing?
How you doing?
I'm just curious, what's this new staff been like? Where do you feel like just the energy, the level in the building, what's that like right now? And can you describe Greg Adkins to me?
Coach Atkins, he just you can tell. Well, the first meeting that we had with him, you could tell that he knows what he's talking about, and just the atmosphere that they're creating around here, it's great. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something that people. Like, don't get me wrong, like the last staff, we always, when we woke up, we look forward to coming in the building, but, it just feels like a new sense of like just coming into the building, you got the guys beside you, just the core values that we're preaching around here is just love and just, loving the people beside you. So it's just, we getting more in tune of trying to love one another instead of just loving ourselves. So it's a pretty good atmosphere that we got going on, and just the core values that Coach Beamer is instilling into our team.
Mike Cuba.
How you doing, Eric?
How you doing?
Good, good. Man, when you look at the situation right now as a senior, and obviously when you go through a coaching change, upperclassmen leadership is critical. Has that been something that Beamer, number one, has addressed to you guys? And then number two, as a senior, how much pride do you take knowing that not just this season, but the foundation for the next couple of years with a new head coach starts with you guys?
See, I would like to give the credit to Coach Beamer and also Coach Demo. A lot of you guys might know and see him in the media and stuff like that. And he just helps us, to get out of our comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? Because I was one of those guys. I just like to lead, just my group, the offensive line. I wasn't trying to get involved with the receivers or the running backs or the quarterbacks and even the defensive guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't really want to step over. We don't want to step and overcross our boundaries or anything like that. But it's just the atmosphere that we got around here is like, well, we all in this together. So if we want to do what we have to do on Saturdays, it's a little saying that Demo gave me. It's the war statement. We got to win alliances repeatedly. And we can't just win alliances in our position group. We got to win the alliances. I got to win alliances with the DBs. I got to make sure, you know what I'm saying, like I can trust them on the back end when it's fourth and 3 or 4th and 5. The D lineman, I got to trust them. The D lineman got to trust us when we got to go score on a one minute possession. So it's not more of a one person is leading. It's more of a like we all trying to get each other and hold each other accountable, and that's just the atmosphere that we got right now. Just making sure everybody's intact and everybody's straight.
Dick Cox.
Games are won and lost up front. You've got a lot of players returning with experience on this offensive line this year. Can this be a strong point of the team and the offense this year, you guys up front?
Yeah. See, we got a whole bunch of guys. It's not even just the guys on the first. It's just the first unit. Like we got guys on the second unit, the third unit. So, like I said, like we all out there working, and just because we all have that experience and we all have those reps that we can, that we have in our back pocket, it's like we can really do something special. So it's like we gotta, like I said last year, when we bring the energy, I feel like everything. And not just myself, but when we all 5 of us across that line bring the energy, it just raises the play of the offense. So that's just what we got to do continuously in and out of the building every day, just coming in, bringing energy, and just making sure that everybody is, what I'm saying, just everybody is straight and holding each other accountable.
Eric Boynton.
Yeah, Eric, along those same lines, with the experienced group and the talented group you have back up front, do you guys talk amongst yourselves at all, or is there any thinking point to where you guys really have to just be at your best because you don't really, other than Kevin Harris, you don't really have a lot of established guys along the rest of the offense? Do you guys feel like you have to really excel to your best of your abilities to really make this team be successful?
Well, see, that's the thing. I wouldn't just say it was just a Kevin Harris or anything like that. We have a whole bunch of guys. Like I'm starting to see. Like, we got Josh Van, you got Rico, you got Ortre, DK, and then you got a young gun, Colton. He coming in, slinging it. You got JB, he's coming in, adjusting to the program well. So I wouldn't just say it was just, it's just one thing with Kevin. You know, Kevin is Kevin is Kevin. You know what I'm saying? You know what you're gonna get with Kevin. But we also have a whole bunch of guys that are starting to come along and also are making plays, if not more plays than some of the guys that you would expect. So it's just like I said, we all starting to come into our own with this offense, and everybody's just, the main thing is just holding each other accountable. You don't want to let the person beside you down. So that's the main thing.
Hill McGranahan.
Eric, I'm just curious, I guess without giving away too many secrets of what y'all are doing, how different is this offense compared to previous systems, and what are some of the things you can share about what you guys are doing up front that might be new?
You know, it's just Coach Sat, his style. He's just bringing his style in. So, I mean, you know, if you know his background and you know where he's come from, then you know what those schemes are. But you know what I'm saying? It's like it's a good scheme, and it also, I want to say this is my third scheme that I've learned since I've been here. So it's like not really all that different. Most of the same things. You might have new terminology for different blocking and stuff like that, but mainly everything is pretty much the same. It's just learning how to, he said today, it's about learning how to get the leverage point. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's about momentum plays and also leverage plays. So you just got to know which one is which, and just to get in the best position to make the best play.
John Del Bianco.
Hey, Eric, can you recall your first private meeting with Coach Beamer and what you two discussed?
See, it wasn't even about football with Coach Beamer. He just wanted to know, because, see, let me back up. So he already had knew about me from his previous stops at Georgia, when he was at VT. So it wasn't like he didn't already know me, but he was just trying to just get to know me more on like a personal level, just to try to see like how I was, where I'm from. You know, he already knew where I was from, but just to see how like everything was going on back home and stuff like that, because he coached one of my old friends, Jeremiah, at Oklahoma. So we was just talking about him, and you know what I'm saying, just the whole atmosphere that we had going on in Carolina, and just making sure that everything going on internally with me was the main thing, it was the priority. So it wasn't even really about football. I mean, that came after, but just the well-being of myself, that was the main thing that he pushed when we first met.
And in the few months since you've gotten to know him, what have you really learned about him as a coach and as a man?
Man, he's just a great guy. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He the energy that you see on the cameras is not fake. It's not, you know, it's not something that he's just trying to do because the camera's out there or anything like that. He genuinely cares about what we have going and what we have moving forward in the future of this program. So it's just exciting to see, and I'm excited to see where not only we go this year, but you know, in the coming years to come.
Josh Kendall.
Hey, Eric. I know that based on your positions, you probably don't face Tonka Hemingway a ton in practice, but from what you see of him as a player, give me your scouting report.
Well, actually, he just moved inside, so I'm actually seeing a little bit more of him, just a little bit. So, I mean, he's moving inside. He got outside, too. So, I seen him. I told him after practice one day, I said, man, yo, I was like, I like it. I like you inside. I like what you got. I like what you can do, because he just presents a different, it's different for him. He can get on that edge on the inside. He can give you some speed. He's one of those guys, like you saw him last year, he flashed, and just him, you know, not being selfish and just doing whatever the team needs, you know what I'm saying? So he's going to be in the right place at the right time, and he will make plays. I told him that. I told him, I like you. I like you.
A little more athletic than a typical interior defensive guy.
Oh yeah, more. He's athletic and he's strong. So I mean, it's not like he's gonna get pushed around in there or anything like that. He's holding his own, and you know what I'm saying, he's coming into his own form. So it's gonna be exciting to see not only how he progresses in the rest of the spring practices, but what will come in the fall.
Thanks, Eric.
Colin Taylor.
Eric, do you see yourself as a leader on this team?
Yeah, I see myself as a leader, because when I was, like I was saying last year, we had Sedarius Hutchinson, and not only just before Sedarius Hutchinson, we had Donnell, we had Dennis Daly, we had Zach Bailey. So I just watched those guys. I sat back and I watched those guys and I watched how they lead. And they didn't lead by the words that was coming out of their mouth. They led by example. So I pride myself on just going out there, showing up every day, and just leading by example. And then that's just what brings everybody else with me. And that's what I got to get out of my comfort zone and step up. Like, that's what I was talking about with Coach Demo, just stepping out of my comfort zone, because I can't just be a leader within my position group. Just got to be a leader within the whole team aspect of everything, offense and defensively. But it's not just, like I said, it's not just one guy. It's a whole team effort. So I want to say if we got 110 guys, we got to have 110 leaders out there.
And you mentioned Colton and JB. I'm just curious, what have you seen from the quarterbacks? Obviously working with them pretty heavily at center, and how impressive have they been through, I guess, 3 practices now?
Well, Luke is, you know what Luke is. Luke is great energy. He's Luke, and everybody loves Luke. And I love all my quarterbacks right now, Colton and JB, and even Connor Jordan. Like, all of them they all bring different aspects to the game, and you know what I'm saying, it's great to see Colton starting to learn the offense. Like, we had a team meeting today, and Coach Sat asked him about the play, and the play wasn't even up there, like, on the word or anything like that, and he just spit it out. I was like, yeah, he know what he talking about. I like that. So it's just great to see, like, everybody starting to come into form, and you know, everybody's getting more comfortable back there and just trying to understand the offense and the X's and O's of everything.
We'll take 2 more, Michael, then Hale. Michael and Anna.
Hey, Eric, you were just talking about the quarterbacks, and I wanted to ask you a little bit more about Luke Doty and just what were kind of your first impressions of him when you met him last year? And obviously now he goes from being the new guy to maybe the most experienced guy at quarterback. Just how have you seen him evolve since you've known him?
Well, when he first came in, he didn't change. He started off with a little bit of quarterback. He had a little bit of receiver. And everybody was like, how is this going to work out? Like, does he really like it? You know what I'm saying? But he really loved it. Like, whatever his role is on the team, he just loves it. And he excels with it. And he's going to bring the energy. He's going to bring the juice. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I might not be able to bring the juice, like I say. Sometimes the offensive line might be tired, and he just gives us that little, come on, let's go. So it just goes to show you, like, what type of guy he is. Like, he actually cares about the well-being of everybody first. And he's not the first guy in the weight room. He's the last guy in the weight room, because he stands at the door and he waits for everybody to run through, and he gives everybody dap just before we run in there. So like I said, that's just the type of guy that he is, and just the type of leader that he is. You know what I'm saying? It's just great to see, and it's not, I wouldn't say that it's not fake with him. He genuinely means everything that he does.
I mean, it sounds like the way you describe him, it almost sounds like the way you describe Coach Beamer a little bit too. Do you feel like they mesh well personality-wise?
Yeah, they definitely do mesh well. It's great to see just the interactions that they have, because he sits right in the front of the team meetings that we have, and they'll communicate with each other back and forth, and just the excitement and the energy that they have in those responses is just, it's like, wow. Like, I'm trying to, it pushes me to be more like more jovial in the team meetings and stuff like that. So.
Last question goes to Hale McGranahan.
Yeah, Eric, going back to the guys you have to face off against, who are some of or with Nick Barrett and Jakeem Green, what have you seen from those guys in your early battles trying to block them, or have y'all done much?
Yeah, so we, you know what I'm saying, just the guys, you got Jabari, Zach, Rick, Jakeem, Nick Barrett, Devontae, just all those guys. Everybody gives you something different, so you don't know what you're gonna get from one person to the next. But it's all good work, because now we not in a more of a survival mode. We're out there actually trying to get each other better, and the main thing is work. And you might get me one play, I might get you one play, but the main thing is we know that we working, because we all got the same end goal ultimately, and that's winning games and Willie B on Saturday. So, but yeah, Nick Barrett and Jakeem Green, you know what I'm saying? You just see those guys, they're very strong and they can get vertical, but it's just like I said with Tonka, it's just I'm excited to see what not only they can do in spring, but what they can provide for us in the fall.